Good evening. A Carrier Mills family is 2 members smaller today after separate tragedies kill a brother and sister. That's tonight's top story at 10. The Saline County Sheriff's Department is questioning people in connection with the suspicious death of Jade Winston. Deputies discovered the 18-year-old's body late Friday night in her sister's apartment in Carrier Mills. Family members say she died of a gunshot wound. Only 1 day later, the family got word that another life had been lost. They say a fatal car accident early this morning killed Winston's brother, Jerome Mitchell. It happened near the intersection of New and Old Route 13 near Harrisburg. News 3's Emily Eddington has the story.
All I can think of now.
In Saline County, Emily Eddington, News 3.
Funeral arrangements have not yet been set in the deaths of Jade Winston and Jerome Mitchell. Friends say tomorrow they plan to open a memorial fund at the Bank of Marion. They encourage anyone to make a contribution. For more information, contact Molly Gibbons at the email address on your screen. Mount Vernon police say a little girl was hospitalized after being injured during a parade in the city yesterday. Officers say the child had been riding on a float in the parade. She fell off the float and was run over by it. The girl was taken to Good Samaritan Hospital in Mount Vernon. No word on her condition tonight. After being approved by the General Assembly last month, Illinoisans are waiting on the governor to sign the state's billion-dollar electric rate relief bill. Senator Gary Forby says it needs to be signed immediately, or else residents may see pricey power bills in the coming months. Forby says he believes the measure will get signed, but doesn't understand why the governor is putting it on hold. The rate relief plan would provide rebate checks and bill credits to Ameren customers. You may soon be able to take your four-legged friend out to eat with you in Illinois. Governor Rod Blagojevich has signed legislation that allows larger cities to consider letting dog owners bring their pets along while they dine outside. Chicago is one city that could take advantage of the new legislation. Aldermen are expected to review a proposed ordinance that allows dogs to join their owners at sidewalk cafes and beer gardens this month. Speaking of dogs, the Salukis are back in town. Traffic is already starting to get a little heavier in Carbondale, so officials say you should plan on taking some extra time when going somewhere in the city. Most students have already moved in for the fall semester, which begins tomorrow. If you've lived in Carbondale or are new to the area, no doubt you've noticed the paw prints on the streets. They're a new addition organized by local businesses, SIU, the city, IDOT, and the Saluki Pride Committee. But their purpose is not just to lead people to the college campus.
The first part of our idea was really to show our Saluki pride in this area, to also let the students that are coming down here know how much we care and that we're part of it.
You can get in on the paw print mania. For $100, you can have up to 2 paw prints painted on your driveway. The money goes to SIU scholarships, the Saluki Pride Committee, and the Saluki Way program. If you're interested, call the Carbondale Chamber of Commerce at 549-2146. Texans are being warned to get ready for a Texas-sized storm. Coming up, the latest on Hurricane Dean as it barrels through the Caribbean and gains more strength before entering the Gulf. Angie, Saline County State's Attorney David Nelson says it's not clear if Jade Winston's death was a homicide, a suicide, or an accident. It's also not clear if her death and her brother's death are connected.
It was around 11 Friday night that deputies discovered the body of Jade Winston at the Carrier Mills apartment she shared with her sister.
There was a neighbor who had called in a 911 call after hearing a gunshot.
Nelson says the weapon that killed Jade was recovered from the scene. Now officials are questioning several people about what led to her death.
There had been a lot of witnesses talked to, and there will be a lot of other people talked to.
As Saline County officers investigate Jade's death, Harrisburg police are looking into the single car accident that killed her brother Jerome Mitchell. It happened here, near the intersection of New and Old Route 13 in Harrisburg.
Missed a curb and hit a ditch and barrel rolled several times.
Mitchell, who was driving, and a 22-year-old passenger were both thrown from the car. Mitchell later died at the hospital. The passenger survived.
He is listed as serious condition in Deaconess Hospital in Evansville.
Now a whole community is mourning, and the family is dealing with losing 2 of its members.
I don't even want my other kids to go out the house. I'm scared that 2 was gone in 2 days. I don't want the 3rd one gone.
Anyone with information on the death of Jade Winston is urged to contact the Saline County Sheriff's Department. That number is 252-8661. Also, if you know anything about the accident that killed Jerome Mitchell, call the Harrisburg Police Department at 252-4528. Services will be held for the brother and sister this Thursday at the Carrier Mills Grade School. The visitation will begin at 9 a.m. and the funeral will follow at 11. Eden?
That's where News 3's Jackie McPherson is tonight. She joins us live with more on this story. Jackie?
Eden, that accident actually happened right here at the intersection of 37 and Country Club Road. The vehicle officers had been pursuing actually collided with another car that was trying to turn right here. Angie, according to the Perry County State's Attorney, these offenses happened between July 8th and 18th at the victim's home. He adds that the victim and Michael Eaton do know each other.
He's currently an employee at the Pinckneyville State Prison. But if convicted in this case, Michael Eaton could find himself on the other side of the bars.
Class 4 felony is 1 to 3 years in Department of Corrections. Class A misdemeanors up to a year in jail.
According to State's Attorney David Stanton, Eaton set up a hidden camera so he could monitor the victim and listen to her conversations.
In Illinois, you can't record another person electronically or even listen to them talk electronically without their express consent or without a court order saying that you can.
This is an example of just how tiny a camera can be. And Stanton says in Michael Eaton's case, the camera he used was even smaller, actually the size of a thimble.
She discovered it herself. She is quite upset and angry, and justifiably so.
We tried to contact Michael Eaton at his home in DuQuoin, but he was not available for comment.
Stanton says the victim was at least 18 years old at the time of the alleged crimes. Had she been a juvenile, Michael Eaton could be facing even more serious charges. A pretrial hearing is scheduled for Eaton on October 30th. Eden? A law officer dropped Shane off right here at the entrance to Hog Rock. That was the last time he was seen alive. That officer says instead of walking in the concert, Shane walked this way down the road.